hive report. This time of year is getting hot weather again. So that means late in the afternoon, what you see, a lot of bees on the front of the hive. Okay, so that's common, nothing wrong. Don't get some people get excited. I've had a couple of people call me, all excited. My bees are getting ready to swarm, my bees are getting ready to swarm, what do I do? Well, again, they saw them when they got off work late afternoon. You know, they was thick in the front, they was hanging down, nothing to do. But that's this time of year. Part of it's heat, part of it's humidity. Because when it's hot and humid, bees are kind of like us. They want to hang on the front porch a little bit. As it cools off at night, a lot of those bees will migrate in as they need to. They don't even have to, they don't want to. But that's common, okay? So nothing wrong. Another thing that's happening is the flow itself. There's a little bit of flow still going on, but most of that flow is going to be in the mornings, okay? So usually by about midday or shortly after midday, the flow for that day is pretty well over. Okay, they don't forage everything they want to forage. Plants produce nectar early in the mornings, okay, right at daylight. A lot of times that nectar's gone for the day, so the bees don't waste another trip, okay? Bees are extremely efficient on their trips, and so they don't want to waste that trip. So they'll make a trip, not much happening, they come back to the hive, they sit on the front porch, hang out on the board. Sometimes you see them actually do some scrubbing, washboarding they call it. And again, there's a lot of unknown about that procedure, but it's a cleansing type procedure. Everybody recognizes that. Part of people say it's because they want to put their footprint odors on that front of the hive itself. And that makes sense. So it's a lot of who knows, you know, but you'll see that commonly. I recommend this time of year working your bees in the mornings. And try to be finished by lunchtime, 1 o'clock, okay? 2 reasons. One, your bees are going to be happier and you're going to be happier. By the time it really warms up, especially mid-afternoon, it's too hot to work bees sometimes. I mean, it really is. You can overheat yourself. And again, the bees don't tolerate that quite as much, obviously. I'd also recommend carrying water with you. Have some water with you. Because occasionally it's like to take a sip of water. In case your hands get sticky, what do? Wash them off with water. And cool, cold water is the best water to get honey off your hands or any equipment. I've heard people say, well, use hot water. Wrong, wrong. Hot water just spreads honey out, okay? What takes honey off is cold water. So the cold water you're drinking, wash your hands in if you need to. Wash your eye off if it's too sticky for you, and keep on cold. I've actually seen people, and I've done it myself a few times, actually take some cool water, and the bees seem to be getting a little agitated. You know, they're up on the top of the frames, and they got the tail ends up in the air, and they begin to talk to you a little bit, and say, well, this ain't going in the right direction. You can actually cool that down a lot of times with just plain water, just some cool water. Take a little mister sprayer that I usually carry with me anyway, pour a little cool water in there, and just mist up a little cool water. You'll see them get calm also. They'll calm right back down. So it's a good little trick sometimes if that bees begin to get too hot. And again, you're worried about it getting too hot temperature-wise. This time of year, most people have started taking honey off. That's fine. This year has been more questions on that a little bit sometimes about when do I have right honey. Okay? Typically, we always say if your honey is capped, it's right. Okay, take it off. And that's good, you know, good rule of thumb. If your honey's capped, it's safe to take it off. This year, some of the capped honey, when you're taking it off, and you go check the moisture content, if you check the moisture content, you find out the moisture content's a little high. Okay? Several people I've talked to have told me again they had some that was running 20%. 20% on the high side. But the bees had it capped. What's happening? How can that be? We know bees take it down to a safe point, usually 18.6 or lower, before they cap it. That's not always true. And the other thing happens is once they have it capped, that capping does not protect it from moisture. You always say, well, it's capped, nothing bad can happen to it. That's not really true. Moisture can penetrate the cappings. Okay, it penetrates beeswax. So what usually keeps the moisture content down is the bees themselves. So the bees are doing what? They're heating that hive. They're evaporating the air to it. They're moving the air off. The good experiment this time of year is to always get you a little piece of tissue paper Yay long, yay wide, and hold it right in front of the hive, real slow like when you move it across. And you'll see it there suck in. All of a sudden you move it another 2 inches, it's blowing out. You move it a little bit more, it's blowing in. So they're creating air currents back and forth in there. Part of that purpose is to keep that air in the hive dry. Okay, they can heat that air, and that helps dry the air. But weather like we've had several weeks ago, rain, high humidity, it's not good for honey. Okay? So the bees sometimes can't keep that under control. So even though it's capped, that honey is picking that moisture out of the air. Okay? And so with enough time, and humidity gets low enough again, that moisture will leave that honey through the cappings. I think bees will again help that happen through this evaporation and moving air around the hive. A key to look at that sometimes is what we call wet cappings. I don't know if any of you know what I'm talking about, wet cappings. Typically, capped honey, you got a little bit of airspace, and then you got the cappings. Okay, there's actually a small airspace, so the cappings are not resting on the honey. When you have wet comb or wet cappings, what happens? The cappings are sitting on the honey itself, and it has a different look to it. It actually has a different look to it, so it doesn't have that airspace. When you see that, I'd be always suspicious that honey may have, not all the time, but may have a higher moisture content, okay, which means it won't be stable. If you take it off, the moisture content is 20%, you can jar it up, what's going to happen? It's going to try to ferment a little bit. Now, how much it will, you don't really know sometimes. And anytime you open a jar of honey, you hear that jar go, psst. You hear that pressure release when you just crack the jar lid. That honey had high moisture content, it was trying to ferment. It fermented enough to build a little bit of pressure. Then probably stopped itself, okay? But it's going to have a little bit of an off flavor. Some people don't notice it, some notice it, depending on how much it's fermented. But you can't take that away. Once that's there, it's in the honey. You cannot take it away. Okay, so that's a bad deal. I tell people sometimes, if you're in doubt or you've tested it, again with hydrometer, and you got high moisture, it can be in a 5-gallon bucket. Leave the bucket lid off. Set it in that room that you've got a dehumidifier running. Okay? And pull the moisture out of the air in that room. Okay? If the moisture leaves that room, guess what? That honey's giving off moisture. Even though it's in a 5-gallon bucket. It's losing moisture to the air. Okay? So it's a good way to bring the moisture content down if you've got something a little bit high. Instead of letting it ferment. Because it will ferment. I've seen 5-gallon buckets bust open. Okay? So kind of check that. This year it's more of a trouble than it has been in some years in the past. Sometimes you don't see it at all. And this year it's been a little more common. So watch your moisture content a little bit as you extract it top to bottom. Don't be afraid to put a dehumidifier with it. Get that moisture down. Okay? Again, try to work in the mornings when the flow's going on. Guy told me the other day, he's got a couple hives anyway, doesn't do much with them, but he does some produce. He says, my bees are not working my squash at all. He said, no. He said, occasionally I see a bumblebee in there. And of course, I'm quizzing him out a little bit. I said, well, when are you going down there and look at it? He says, well, I'm usually down there late today. Well, that's a bad plan. Some plants, they want to work in the mornings anyway, okay? No matter what the weather conditions are. You got beautiful weather conditions. And things like squash and pumpkins. Guess when the bees want to work? First thing in the mornings, early in the mornings. Okay? You can look at them then and see multiple bees in the same blossom. By midday, or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or later, guess how many you'll see there? 0, none. Well, the perception is bees are not working. That's not really true. Bees are working at a time when you're not there. That's what it boils down to. That's a common problem. So again, that can happen. The other thing can happen is one, you've got a colony that's been sitting there at the same location for a long time. You've got a nice little patch of squash over there somewhere beside them, close by. And guess what? That squash has competition. And sometimes that competition is better than what the squash is. Okay? And this is really true on cucumbers. Cucumbers have to take a couple steps to try to cheat to get better pollination, because bees are not attracted to cucumbers. But the cucumbers have to have bees. So another plant may be blooming that's going to take away the foraging activity on that particular plant. Okay, and again, right now, when I see blooming, one of the things bees love is sumac. It's just starting to bloom around the house. And that's hard to compete with. This time of year, that's really hard to compete with. So sometimes you got to question yourself, is my pollination happening or not? Okay. Now, if you move colonies into a patch, that's a different game plan. Remember, you can always move them after you got 10% blossoms. At 10% blossoms in bloom, you move these directly into the field or right there adjacent to it. The next morning, the first flight they make, guess what they find? They find your target plant, squash, pumpkins, cucumbers, and that's the first thing they find. Then, guess what bees recruit for? They recruit for that flower. So you get a big group of bees loyal to that flower and it's producing. And they close by. Distance does make a difference. Okay? Distance does make a difference on the economics of the colony. Colonies run economics all the time. And one of these days I would like to debate with Mark a little bit on the size of cone. The bigger the cone is, guess what? The bees that emerge from that cone, guess what they are? Larger. Now, is a larger bee better than a small bee? 4.97 has a smaller bee, okay? Then something like 5.2. Now, doesn't make a difference. If you run the economics on that, can a big bee carry more than a little bit? Okay, here's the theory I have. Okay, the theory is Bob. Okay, I've talked about this a lot over the years. If I got 2 dump trucks, okay? One dump truck is a little small, 1 ton dump truck, okay? Those are the big dump truck, all 15 tons. Okay? Got to have a drive with both. I'm going to run both all day long, from daylight to dark. All day long, I'm going to run both of them. In a day's time, if they run in the same site, shall we say, making that return trip time after time after time, they in the same amount of traffic, it's the same distance. So they're going to make the same number of trips. But now at the end of the day, who gets carried more? Yield, more workers. The big dump truck. So in my theory, the bigger the bee, the more efficient that bee is as far as carrying nectar back. But actually carry a little bit more nectar every trip. And therefore that colony will be better. We'll think about that one day, okay? Okay, I did write myself a couple notes here, I'm going to go and cheat. Yeah, this time of year, not a bad deal to do a mite count. At least know where you are. No matter what you're going to do about it, at least you kind of know where you are. I know several people splitting right now, okay? If you're going to do some split, it's a good time to do it right now. It'll be fine. You got plenty of these, we're hanging out, nothing to do, make a split with them, okay? No problem there. And of course, there's a couple different styles of splits that we won't get into right now. If you got wax cappings, any burr cone left over from the year, one of them got a sack full in the back of the life stocks on right now. Guess what's a good time to go and build a wax mower? Get that wax mower running. We got long daylight hours. That means you got sunlight, you got heat. Wax mowers work great. I think work great. And they cost nothing to run. So it's a good time for me to get that stuff melted down while it's still got good conditions. If you wait until October, so sorry, okay? And so the rule I use on that is I want 12 hours a daylight. Right now we're about 14 and a half or something like that. So we're about to max out right now. Of course, some soldiers like to talk, so we're about to max out on that. So it's a perfect time to be running the vac mower. When you get less than 12 hours of sunlight in a day's time, vac mowers don't work as good. You mentioned the bees are not going to hurt the flow, okay? Well, my theory, and what I've always kind of preached, is May the 20th. Any eggs laid after May the 20th will not contribute to that year's flow. Not spring flow, okay, early summer flow. They just won't be open enough to do it, okay? So you're not damaging the colony by moving frames to a split after May 20th. You're a little bit later now, okay? You're another week or two later now. That's fine. So don't think you're really hurting and common, but you're not. Okay, Hive report. Got a call today at lunchtime. Guys with Vietnamese, I'm assuming, had a Vietnamese name, that I had a terrible time understanding. Had a Vietnamese accent. He tells me, "These in my yard. These in my yard." And that's basically the language he's using. Then he tells me, very dangerous. "You beekeeper, come get them." Okay, so I wonder what's happening here. So of course I do the quiz. What shape are they in? He says, shape of football, maybe size of basketball. He says, okay. I said, full of bees all over. Yes, bees all over. My uncle looked at this, and my uncle told me they were honeybees. Okay, uncle is an expert on that. I don't know. Okay, so again, I get the quiz now. How long have they been there? Oh, maybe several days. I'm not sure. Okay, when did you see them last? Yesterday. Saw them yesterday. Well, they're still there this morning. Yes. Okay. How are they? 10 foot. 10 foot. No more than 10 foot. Okay, that sounds good. What I get is address. And then he's in Harrisburg, which to me, Harrisburg is a foreign country. Okay. And so I'm going, now, who do I know that's a efficient beekeeper in Harrisburg? Well, immediately my mind jumps to Stanford. Well, that man, a man who climbed 24 foot or a little higher to get a storm out of a secretary, surely can handle 10 foot, the guy's front yard. Okay, so I called Stan, got Stan. Stan I didn't left today, this morning, was making splits. Okay, and had extra coming to make some more splits tomorrow. He said, I got everything right here with me. I got some strong foam I can put them on. I said, Stan, I don't know what you're going to see with it. I haven't seen it. I just got the guy's description. Now, I'm having a terrible time understanding it. Here's his phone number. Here's his address. Stan says, I'm right here. I'll check it. Just in a few minutes. Well, about an hour goes by. Stan called me back. Just thanks, Bob. Is that good things or bad things? It's kind of, I don't know. Stan said, well, Bob, you know what that is? He said, I told you I'd call you back and let you know what I found. I said, okay, tell me. He says, it was a hornet's nest. Okay, wasn't honeybees at all. It was a hornet's nest. About 10 foot high on the ground. Okay? He said, there were hornets just coming in, going out, I don't know, like everything. The guy thought there was honeybees. That's common. You'll hear that kind of stuff a lot. So I thought I'd ask enough questions to clean that up. But obviously, the uncle is not the bee expert. He thought he was. Okay? But Stan told the guy, came to the guy, said, put him in a box, put him in a box. Stan's going, no, those are hornets. I didn't put them in my box. So Stan lined up with somebody else who shouldn't have pesticide to solve the guy's problem. But again, you're running all kinds of situations, especially at this time of year. I've had calls in the past about a swarm in the yard that turned out to be June bugs. People get crazy when stuff see fly by them. It's a flying insect. It's going to kill me. And that's only going to get worse with this Asian hornet situation. Especially when they used the name killer Asian hornet. So you're going to see more and more of those calls as people are going to posit they've seen one, and they've seen a European hornet. Okay, big deal. Stan did a good job, no doubt. Okay, questions about Hive report? Anything you see different? Mike, you got bees hanging up front of it. That's a good sign this time of year. Okay, let's move on to flowers. We've got a whole gang of flowers here. Lane brought some flowers in. Lane Hive, it happens to be my cousin, I think it is. Nephew, that's right, nephew. Okay, this one, that's Queen Anne's lace. That's the ones you would do as a kid. You nip off to do it in science experiment. You put them in some colored water, put them in some blue water. Next day, guess what color that flower is? Blue. Put them in red water, guess what the next day, guess what color that flower is? Red. It's beautiful how that works. Okay? Set some stuff down. This is pretty simple, clean cut. White clover. Okay, that's some people call it Dutch clover or the diamond clover. Same family of clovers. Okay, there's several different varieties of it, but bees are really attracted to. And right now, this is the main thing that my bees are working, is the clover, okay? The white clover. You can call it white Dutch, you can call it the diamond clover, okay? That's the main thing we're working right now. And we got good soil moisture right now. Soil moisture has a big deal on how much this will produce. But the bees are working it heavy right now. That's their favorite. This one, I'm not totally sure. Raspberry maybe? Blackberry. That's a late blooming blackberry. These definitely work blackberries. They typically bloom the same time the tulip poppers bloom, so bees don't care for them quite as much. So that's a fairly late blooming blackberry. Is it domesticated? No. I say it's got thorns. Most of your domesticated do not have thorns. Okay, well, this is a big sample here. This is about, well, this one's not finished blooming, but it's getting that way. This is elderberry. Now, these will work elderberries, but again, it's not one of their favorites. If they got something else, it is pretty easily outcompeted, but they will work. It produces a little blackberry a little later in the summer that the birds love, the bob loves. And let me caution you on this. These leaves are poisonous. You stomp these leaves a little bit, chew them up in your mouth, bad news for you, okay? They are poisonous. The berries themselves, when they're green, are poisonous. Don't eat green berries off of them. You're going to have bad problems, okay? You may not survive. They are deadly poison. Once they turn blue or black, if you want to say it that way, when they ripe, they're not poisonous. And Bob eats them. Bob makes juice out of them, then he turns into jelly. Elderberry jelly is delicious, okay? But you can't use green berries. If you don't, you're going to be making poison jelly. I should be passing these around, maybe, but I am. I need it. This one, it's kind of wilted down. It wilts easily. This is poke. This is regular barnyard poke, okay? It likes real fertile soil, grows really fast, produces this nice little flower. The bees will work it occasionally, not all the time, not one of the favorites. But again, it produces a nice little blackberry that the birds eat, okay? The leaves at this stage, these young leaves like this, you can pick off and eat them, okay? The berries are not safe to eat. The leaves are safe to eat. And the leaves taste like spinach. If you like spinach, you'll like poke, okay? Just pick them off, you know, blanch them, whatever you want to do, fix them, whatever your greens, keep on going. You ever heard of poke salad?
Elvis liked it.
Elvis, he did. And that's it. This is this plant, grows wild. Pokeberry, okay? I'm sorry. Okay, the next one Lynn brought in was some clover. Now, the shape of the blossom tells me that it's red clover, okay? Now, there's several different types of red clovers. This does look like a form of pot clover, but it's a red clover. Bees will not work it. Bumblebees will work it. I've seen butterflies work it before. But again, bumblebees love it. But the flower itself is a little bit too deep for honeybees. So honeybees don't commonly work it, okay? But that's red clover. Okay, this is a beautiful plant, by the way. This is sage. Again, you can smell it. It's actually got a little odor to it. These leaves have an odor to them. This is a plant that if you take the leaves off, you can get them a little bit bigger if you like. They won't get much bigger. Take the leaves off, let them dry. Dry them out real good and dry. Then you can just take your hands and shift over and just crumble them all up. And that's the sage you use to put in sausage. Same sage, okay? I like it in meatloaf. Just sprinkle a little bit on your meatloaf. If you make meatloaf, get a little bit of that sage flavor. Of course, it's delicious. Sage is in the mint family. Now, when you pass it around, feel the stem. It has a square stem, which is typical of all the mints, okay? And by the way, all the mints are really attractive for bees. Bees love the mint family. Right now at my house, I have some mountain mint, a little patch of mountain mint. And I see a bee every now and again looking at it, but it's not blooming far enough along for me to be interested. I'm not seeing fortune activity on it. It just ain't quite far enough along. But what I do see, they're working heavily. I've got one Vitex bush, okay? This I don't know how high it's 12 foot maybe, and whatever it is. And it's in full bloom right now. It's got a blue type, spiky looking flower. It's covered with flowers. There's covered with bees throughout the day. I looked at it the other day at 11 afternoon. It was maybe 30 minutes before dark. It was already getting dusk, okay? There were still bees working the Vitex tree. I mean, that's pretty good for this time of year. So it is really attractive to bees. If a man had a place he wanted a hedge, but the Vitex in for a hedge or something, oh, it'd be wonderful, wonderful. Okay, what else you seen?
Buckwheat.
What?
Buckwheat.
Buckwheat, yes. Down towards the village fort, I saw a field of buckwheat the other day. It's in full bloom. Okay, which doesn't surprise me. Buckwheat is really attractive to bees in the mornings. Again, in the afternoons, they won't fool with it. Matter of fact, you can usually tell companies been working buckwheat, or the turkeys are like kittens. In the afternoon, they act like lions. I mean, they'll eat you up. Because they made a trip. That trip was a bust. Just ticked them off. They don't understand why it was so good that morning and lousy that afternoon. So that's famous for buckwheat. I did look at some of the linden trees. Another name for those is, of course, basswood. The several in the parking lot at the, what do they call that, Gateway Surgery Center. You know where that is? I don't even know the name of the road. Whatever, I don't know the name of the road. Anyway, in their parking lot, they got several planted as landscape trees. They make nice shade, beautiful landscape tree. Those have just finished blooming. Okay, they got the little teeny berries set on already. But again, bees love them things. The ones there are the European linden, okay, or what we call the little leaf linden. Up at Pork and Lucent Church, and I haven't been there the last little bit. That one up there is an American linden, okay, the big leaf linden. And typically it's in full bloom in Father's Day. And they'll go about a week or so after that. So it should be some bloom still left in it. There's some amazing insects in it. You'll have insects in it you can't even describe. You say, where'd they come from? I mean, just every flying, pollinating insect you can imagine is going to be there. It's amazing. I don't know why we don't plant one of those. It's crazy. Okay, anybody see anything else?
Japanese privet.
Japanese privet, good plan. Japanese privet still blooming. Some of it's about to be finished. It's on the downslide right now, but some of it's still blooming, and the bees are still working some of it. The other thing I noticed is kind of odd. You see things, and you say, well, I know they work, I've seen them work before. I did pay attention to my little hayfield beside the house. This year's got a lot of plantum in it. Plantum's kind of a yay-high little plant, broad-leaf looking thing. Guess what? Sends up the little seed head that has a little apron-looking flower on the top of it, with a little ring, pollen around the top. It's what you used to bend over and take a stalk and shoot at your, siblings, hoping to hook her eye, Bees will work that, oddly enough, okay? And what are they working it for? They're working for pollen. If you watch them a little bit, these bees will have pollen on their back legs. And they go from one plant to another plant to another plant, picking up that pollen. So it is a pollen source for them this time of year. They will work, yes. Sweet corn. I want to mention sweet corn. Sweet corn is a double-edged sword. Bees will work sweet corn, yes. Now what are they working it for again? Pollen. Remember corn, it's in the grass family. We say grass family stuff doesn't need bee pollination. And yes, it's mainly wind pollinated. But we've got tassels up here full of pollen. The bees know that. And bees are attracted to that sweet corn pollen. Now field corn, different game plan. Something else is going on with that pollen that's not very, I'm saying none, but it's very little attractive to honeybees. But sweet corn doesn't store it. When the bees go to the sweet corn tassels, they move those tassels around. They got air currents coming off the wings, also shakes those tassels, and that pollen falls down onto what? The silks. And when pollen hits the silks, it goes in there and pollinates the corn. Each one of those kernels of corn you go for cob had to be pollinated with a single grain of pollen. So it takes a lot of wind. That's why you always plant corn in blocks. Never a straight single row like Mark does. You need to plant in a block. See, I'm picking on him. He's not understanding. But honeybees, I think, do contribute to good pollination of sweet corn. That is the problem. Most people on sweet corn do not like to see an earworm. Earworm is just about always at the very top of the ear, okay? He's going to eat a little bit of corn. When I silk it down, if I see him, I just pop that end out just a little bit on the end. I'll take my pocket knife, cut that off. Say, good riddance, keep on going. Let the chickens have him. Doesn't bother me. Some people are repelled by that too. That there was a worm in this corn. I can't eat that. There was a worm in it. And I'm not saying it's a worm, even though it ain't gonna hurt you, but still. So most producers that's gonna sell corn commercially, what are they doing? They're spraying. Okay, they're spraying with pesticides to keep the earworms out. And that routine that people I know that do that. I know a guy's got, let's say, 5 acres of it. He's spraying it every 3 days. He's spraying it every 3 days, not to have an earworm. Because his customers do not want earworms. When he starts pulling corn, he says about a week away from pulling corn right now. That's a bad image people have. But guess what's happening? He's killing honeybees every time he's in that field spraying. Every time. When's he spraying? Late afternoon? He's spraying midday, out through the afternoon. The bees are in that field. I've heard a couple of people call me and say, I lost a colony of bees. And guess what? We'll find a fairly close proximity to sweet corn. Even some homeowners with just a couple of rows of corn will spray that, okay? Typically use 7, something like that, to spray it. Death sentence for bees. I said death sentence for bees. And so much happened. I know several colonies this year have been lost to spray mainly on sweet corn, okay? Bad plan. Don't spray it. And I've got a story. How much time we got? None? Let me tell you a fast story. You like stories. I know Mike always loves my stories because all my stories are true. Years ago, I was living down the south side of Louisville. I had a couple of little patches. There's a little, row crop again, we're going to call it that. Truck patching, truck farming. Okay, and I had a patch of corn. Nice looking corn. It was coming on pretty. Bobby had intended to eat that or put up some. And I don't want it sprayed myself. I really don't. Well, I take that chance, okay? So I didn't spray it. And every now and again, you find a deer that had a little earworm in the top of it. No problem. I snap out, keep on going. Okay, I had enough of it. I had to do something with some of it. So I had no Dodge pickup truck. And one of those little Dodge Power Wagons, 318 mark, you know what I'm talking about. I loaded that bad boy up with sweet corn. All I could put in the bed, okay? This thing had all those springs on the whole bit. I had a load of sweet corn. And I was authorized to sell at the foreign market at Beekeepers. Okay, you had to get permission and all that good stuff. I had already done all that. Okay, so I pulled in up there. And from previous experience, I knew to look for someone else with sweet corn. Every vendor that has sweet corn needs to park right beside each other. Okay? Because people are going to walk from one end to the other to compare their corn. To figure out who they're going to buy from. They won't see it all in one spot. Well, vendors know that, so we all park together. That particular day, there was 2 trucks of corn, sweet corn. Mine and another guy. I won't name him because he's still around. I knew him, he knew me. Okay, we're good. And if he sells it, fine. If I sell it, fine. No, we don't care. Okay, so now these little old ladies are coming by looking at corn. And usually the first question they'll ask you, does this corn have worms in it? And I said, yes, ma'am. You may see one every now and again. Because I grew this corn for my own consumption. I do not like to change the chances of pesticides. I did not spray it. So there will be an occasional earworm that I'll snap out. If you want some with no worms, my buddy right over here, right beside me, right there, 2 arm length away, his truckload of corn It's been sprayed. You will not find any worms. That woman thought about it. She says, this has to be a worm out again. I said, yes, ma'am. And I'm proud of it, to be honest. I said, if it's not fit for that worm to eat, it's not fit for Bob to eat. That's what I told her. Within moments, she's out there telling a couple of old ladies, this one has worms. It hadn't been sprayed. I'm going to buy this. My truckload sold out within about an hour. He's sitting over there not selling none. Saying, Bob, I've never seen that happen before. How in the world do you market worms in your corn and sell out? But again, it's that perception people have sometimes. And I actually believe that. If it's not fit for that worm to eat, why would I want to be? See? It's just perception. But that's a problem this time of year for gardens. And again, sometimes those little home gardens can be a problem for your bees. It really can be. So you need to talk to your neighbors a little bit. If you have to spray late in the day. Late in the day. The last thing before dark, spray. Because where the bees at, hang on in front of the box. Okay, at home. And it's always safer to use spray instead of dust. Dust has a longer residual life and may be there the next morning. But that spray typically will not. So again, you spray, follow the label instructions, spray late in the day. You have a lot less problems. Anybody got questions? Yes, that's it.
Thank you.